Hey everybody. Is it one of those days where your emotions are flying off the handle or causing you to feel angry, frustrated, or resentful? If so, learning tips to stay mentally grounded may help you be less reactive, less upset with other people and outside situations, so that you can maintain your cool, your calm, and think about your response. If you haven't heard the term grounding, it means using strategies and processes to help you separate from those emotions you feel in the moment that want to just go screaming off the charts. So stay with me while I share 3 strategies that you can use to stay mentally grounded and strong in the midst of all of the chaos, the family or the workplace drama or trauma, or self-imposed situations you may feel stuck in because you can't see a way out. There's always a way out. There's always solutions. If this is your first time on my channel, I'm Pamela D Wilson, a caregiving expert, advocate, and speaker who answers questions to help caregivers and aging adults work through the health, financial, legal, emotional, family aspects of caregiving. You can learn more about me and my professional experience by scrolling down below this video. Click on the links to my website, professional background, online courses, articles, podcasts, my book. You can also schedule a one-to-one consultation with me. Please do right now press the button, like that video, press the other button, follow my channel. Share these and other videos and comment with your situation or just to say thank you for this video. One little thank you makes a big difference for other people who are looking for similar situation all over the world. It helps them find their way here to my channel. The first tip to stay mentally grounded is to accept that life isn't perfect. We all know that, right? But in times of challenge and stress and change, we can get really frustrated. Things can, they will, they do go wrong. Everybody's hopes, dreams, well thought out plans can go off track by some unexpected event, some random event. But that doesn't mean you have to give up. Doesn't mean that you have to become emotionally upset or distraught. Excuse me. Problems happen to everybody. And if you can look at what the lesson in the problem might be, what am I supposed to learn from this? What can I learn from this? You might realize that this little hiccup or this big bump in the road is an opportunity for self-growth and to learn something. So during hard times, in times of unexpected situations, days where you cannot possibly know what's going to happen and you're worried about tomorrow, the best thing you can do is to think about how you're reacting and maybe find a little humor in the situation. Humor goes a long way in not taking ourselves and our life so seriously. But beyond humor, no matter how bad we think a situation might be, there's always a solution. There's probably somebody else out there who's had a similar experience that you can ask. Maybe somebody has tips for you how to help you. Part of this staying mentally grounded and emotionally balanced is building your emotional intelligence so that you catch yourself when you want to scream or yell, or when you're losing your patience, or when you want to say something that really isn't nice to another person. Doing that, it can make you feel good in the moment, but is it really going to help in the long run? Probably not. So, the part of emotional intelligence that most helps with grounding is to become self-aware of how you're feeling. Ask yourself, why am I feeling impatient? Why am I feeling anxious? Why am I angry at that person? What is this about? Figure it out. Notice. Because you're the only one that can work towards solving why you feel angry or impatient or frustrated or some other feeling. And no matter how much we might want it to be true, our problems are our problems. They're not somebody else's problems. Even though somebody else may have created the problem, it's up to us to figure it out and solve it and deal with it. Sometimes we have to do that with the help of other people, which can be hard. Tip number 2 for staying emotionally grounded in challenging caregiving situations is to create some type of daily routine. And I know I talk about this a lot in videos. Some type of routine that just calms you down, takes you down a step, focuses your mind, relaxes you, helps you think of good things. Sometimes you have to train your mind to think of good things. You have to say, I refuse to be angry. I'm not going to think about that right now. I'm going to put that over here on a piece of paper or send it away because I choose not to allow that to upset me. It's also important to believe that there's a lot of good in the world. I know we watch the news and there's all kinds of bad stuff on there, but there are more good people out there than bad people. Choose to believe in the good. Choose to believe that people do good things and they want to do good things. Sometimes they just don't. Sometimes we've done stupid things, right? We've done things without thinking. We've said things without thinking. Make a choice to be kind and helpful and believe that people are good, so that people are good and kind and patient back to you. The daily routine to ground yourself can be anything you want it to be. It can be exercise, meditation, prayer, saying positive affirmations. It can be as simple as going in a room, shutting the door, turning off the lights, closing your eyes, setting a timer on your watch or your cell phone for 10 minutes and just being outside of all kinds of noise and all kinds of stimulation. Whatever this routine is, the goal is to distract and calm your mind and your emotions from everything else that's happening out there. It's to calm yourself internally so that you have a mental timeout, so that you get 10 minutes once a day, twice a day, 20 minutes. Time for your brain to rest and relax and focus on the good. This daily grounding routine can help you balance all those emotions so that you can become more positive, so that you can become a positive force for yourself and for other people in your life. Ask yourself, is there somebody that you know who you run to when you have a problem and they make you feel better? Is there somebody that you go to say, hey, am I thinking about this the right way? Should I be upset? Should I not be upset? How can I not be upset about this? That person must have something, right? Ask them how they do it. Ask them what they do to stay calm. Ask them how they've worked through these situations. Think of your daily grounding routine as time for yourself, but also mental training. We think a lot about physical training or physical activity or learning with respect to gaining information. But a lot of times we don't think about our thought processes in what I call mental training. Can you train yourself to think positive? Can you train yourself to think that people are good and life is good and that there's a lot of good out there? You can if you want to. This mental training is similar to the training that you might do if you wanted to, gain some muscle strength or walk a mile or go mountain biking or swimming or learn how to ski, right? You've got to kind of train for that if you've never done it before. There are so many parts of life that benefit from these little consistent training routines. Becoming a grounded caregiver is one of these parts of life. It takes a little training. The third tip for staying mentally grounded as a caregiver is to accept change and sometimes do things that you don't want to do. Accepting change can be one of the hardest things in life, especially if you are somebody who is very regimented and you're stuck to routines and you're black and white and this is the way things are and they're not anywhere else, and you don't accept possibilities, or you don't accept other perspectives, or you're kind of closed off to learning, right? But accepting change, it can be amazing. It can open new doors to opportunities. So look at your life. Is there any time when something happened and you had to make a change and you dreaded it, or you thought, oh, this is going to be impossible, or it's going to be too hard? But you know what? In the end, it turned out to be a pretty good thing. It turned out to be pretty cool for you. If you can think of that and translate that to your current situation, then moving through all this change may not be so bad. As one door closes, another door opens. Change can be scary no matter how old we are, because we don't know what's on the other side of that door, right? This is a time when substituting your past experience, your faith, in place of all of that fear can help you move forward one step at a time. Because sometimes we do have to let go of things, to forgive situations, to forgive people, to say, you know what, that really upset me, but I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm not going to dwell on it anymore. I'm going to dwell on this good stuff over here because I'm moving on. Let that situation stay there. Let those people stay there. I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. When we get scared or we resist change, we can kind of hold on tighter because we're afraid. We don't want to feel uncomfortable. We may not be open to learning. We may not be open to possibilities. Maybe we just don't want to do something that seems hard. Well, stay with that for a couple of days and then look at why you're resisting. Because everybody, you, me, people in our family, everybody can change our view of how we look at events and situations and people and circumstances. Is it that proverbial glass half empty, or is it a glass half full? Start by paying attention to what you're struggling with and use that idea of grounding and self-awareness to figure it out. Why am I resisting change? Why am I struggling? Is this so hard? Should I be doing something else? Because sometimes your struggles do tell you that, you know what you're doing isn't working. It doesn't serve you anymore. It is not good for you. Time to do something else. Time to look at things differently. And while you may feel out of control, you do have choices. Staying grounded can mean accepting the way things are today. Saying, you know what, I have to change. I don't want to change, but I have to change. And sometimes there may not be any going back. Something may have changed so much that all you can do is go forward. But that going forward might just get you to a really great place. So wherever you are today, make the best of it. Find ways to ground your emotions, to separate all the chaos and everything that's going on out there. Take your life one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 5 minutes at a time. Be more present and self-aware to ground your emotions so that you can consider changing the way that you respond in your interactions with other people, and you can make plans for your future, even if they do involve change. I thank you all so much for being here. Please, right now, if you haven't yet, press the button, like this video, press the other button, follow my channel, share these and other videos, and comment, even if it's only to say thank you. Your one little thank you goes a long way in helping other people find their way here. Also go to my website, PamelaDWilson.com. There is so much help available to you there. Online courses, my book, my podcast, articles in my Caregiver library, blog articles, a lot of hope, help, and support for caregivers and aging adults who are managing through change and sometimes difficult situations. I thank you all so much for being here. I will see you all again soon in another video.